everyone, hope you're doing well. I'm Lucas, usual YouTube intro and all that shenanigans, but here we are at Donington Park and we're racing GB4, which is something I didn't think I'd get to see again this year. Or at all, to be honest. Yeah, we're here back with KMR Sport, final round of the championship. Today is Saturday, we've got qualifying coming up in maybe like 30 minutes or so from now. We only had one day of testing. Yesterday was cancelled on Friday, so the only testing I had was on the Thursday. So yeah, it's going to be a bit chaotic. We don't even know what the weather's going to do right now as well, because you might even see it is spitting right now. Everything is still a bit wet. Qualifying looks very, very mixy. We will have to just sort of adapt as we go. And yeah, we'll see where we get on. Race 1 is, 5 hours after qualifying or something like that as well though. So conditions are going to be probably one of the biggest talking points today. We're back to it. And yeah, time to get ready for qualifying. Come out. Definitely going to be damp then, I think, unless I'm wrong. I haven't looked at the track. Probably a bit wet. Right, so that's qualifying done here at Donington, and yeah, I'd be lying if I'm disappointed. We are P5 for race 1 and P4 for race 2, and yeah, I really wanted more than that because I felt like, I felt good in the conditions. It was wet, I was enjoying myself, but ultimately the session was just horrendously messy. We had 2 red flags. We literally did our first 2 laps to get the tyres warmed up, then we started a flying lap, then there was yellow flags, then it was a red flag, then you go back out again, you warm up the tyres, you maybe had one clean lap, you had a clean lap in there, then it was yellow flags for 2 more laps, so you can't really do much more about it, red flag again, and then the last run was that we only had 1 clean lap where it was really unaffected at the very end, and the tyres were still cold, so yeah, tried to go for it, went off at the very last corner, and that actually cost me P2 for race 2. Because had I just finished the lap, I would have improved my lap, and it would have meant my second fastest lap, which is what bases the grid for the second race, would have been P2. I messed it up in the one, we only had a few occasions where we could really do much, but yeah, messed it up. Obviously angry with myself, me being me, but End of the day, I can't change it now. We're P5 and P4. I really wanted more. I really like, driving in the wet, so I was really gutted. I felt like, because we were sitting P2 right before the final run, so yeah, that last lap really hurt me. But can't change it now. We're still within touching distance of the cars ahead, so we just need to get out there and get going. We've got to get on with it now. Race 1 in a bit. I'm going to make sure I'm as ready as I can be for when that rolls around, so that's what I'm going to do.
Sorry, make sure that's not on film.
Put it on bloopers. I don't even know if I can include that. You're always rushing to give yourself time. It's weird, you're rushing to not be stressed. It's weird, you're rushing to not rush. That makes sense. I think you're rushing to not rush.
Yeah, that makes sense.
just about.
You're rushing to not waste time and save time. Leave yourself more time.
So there's yes, that. So with qualifying complete, that meant that it was time for race 1, and we were now on the slick tyres, and not just slick tyres, brand new slick tyres on a track where there was one dry line and it was still wet offline. Yeah, the conditions are very, very different, as you can see, but we'd had our conversations, we'd done our preparations, and it was now time to get ready to head to the grid.
And there's a championship going on around you as well, so they're going to be on their own toes to make sure that they're doing
97 back 6, through 97 road 3, limit 88, Blakeley and 18 with Harrison, 88 road 4, 68 Harry McCoy.
Of course, the reigning F1 esports champion Lucas Blakeley will start from 5th position along with debutant Finn Harrison. We don't typically see mechanicals issues with these cars, so I'm not sure what it could have been. Well, either way, we are going to get a race underway. Yes, slightly shortened by 3 minutes down to 15. Cooper Webster will start this one from pole position. I already saw him crawling a little bit, but he did manage to arrest that, so I don't think there'll be any penalty of any description. But he starts to work his way down towards turn 1.
Strong pole position, Liam McNeely alongside. Brilliant start from Cooper Webster. It's a rocket of a start. Also from Lucas Blakeley from the 3rd row of the grid.
Pole position, Liam McNeely having to fend off the charge, and an excellent start from Lucas Blakeley. He's going to try and get around the outside and going to try and put his KMR Sport car into 2nd. It's a fantastic move for the F1 Esports World Champion.
So that leads the way, and it is going to be Lucas Blakeley from 5th on the grid, goes all the way around the outside of Liam McNeely and picks up 2nd position. Liam McNeely was not
to stay where it's dry. This is what it's all about. Trying to stay. It's like, oh, he's gone white. This is what happens when you go onto the. Is he gonna hold that together? That's
good stuff there from Murray. Here's Lucas Blakeley then defending for that 2nd position. Of course, Liam McNeely still in position for that podium, but would like a little bit more from this one. Unfortunately, that race victory is going to be a bit too far down the road. Blakeley's had a mistake.
car over the start-finish line, leading the way. Cooper Webster leads the way down to 3rd, 4th place now. Has got the losing places that time through the Liam McNeely and Colin Queen. All go
I mean, let's be honest, this is about as hard as it'll get. That was Dan Hickey, by the way, who came into the pit lane. This is as hard as it gets. You're talking slick tyres, you're talking quite a cool track, and you're talking it's wet. This could not get harder.
this couldn't. And oh, Ping almost hit the back.
Pretty average. I know there'll be a bit of a fan favourite one for Lucas Blakeley onto the podium. That is a fantastic effort from a driver who's not really got that much experience when it comes to real racing. Of course, he's done some stuff in Formula 4, he's done some stuff at Race of Champions, but this is a whole nother level.
Nice job.
Well done, boys. Well done.
Mate, your start was ridiculous.
It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. I was, oh my god.
This is your first podium in GB4. How do you feel?
Speechless. Yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon. Just first of all, massive thank you to KMR Sport for, first of all, even giving me this opportunity to race this weekend. It's not something that I thought would, ever happen again. I didn't think I'd, be back. I didn't think I'd let alone be able to get a podium. So, yeah, very, very emotional because this is something that for me, when I was younger, wasn't possible. So, I'm a bit, teary-eyed, but I'm not ashamed of it. I'm very, very happy. So, thanks to KMR Sport. Thanks to Pace Note as well for sponsoring me this weekend here at Donington, and just a quick thank you to my, my family watching at home because I'm sure they would have loved to have been here, but yeah, this is very much our victory because they supported me all these years, whether in karting or sim racing, and now here at GB4. So yeah, ecstatic.
They'll be very proud of you. Just obviously you come from a sim racing background, and I know you can win races and get lap records and things, but there's nothing different to probably getting a trophy, I'd imagine, in just a few minutes in front of people who have watched you race. That must be something you're really looking forward to as much as you are emotional.
Yeah, it's one of the best moments of my life, to be honest, because I didn't think this was unreachable when I was younger. So yeah, I mean, I probably drove the slowest race on the planet once I got back to P3 because I knew I wasn't going to catch the leaders. It would have been too much risk. So I was like, I'm going to take what I got. I don't care how long it takes me to get to the line. I'm just going to bring it in. Drove, as level-headed a race as I could, and when I saw the checkered flag, I couldn't believe it. So
yeah, look, risk management is all part of driving. I'm going to stop ruining the best moment of your racing career so far and let you go and get your trophy. Lucas Blakeley with KMR Sport, third place driver, as you can see, absolutely loving what he's just done and incredibly emotional. If you're watching back home and supporting him, you're going to really enjoy this because he's about to get his trophy.
Second place goes away, and people went up making way to the top step of the podium. So went up from 3, and then trophy will be handed out first, second, and third. So third place trophy for people went up.
Got our final 20-minute race of the day under lessening light conditions. Might go start by the flag, the red light flash on for fingers crossed the final passenger. Should be in the blue and the orange wing. The race down the champions this year in second position.
Oh wow, thanks so much. Wow. What can I say? Starters. Holy shit. That was perfect. I don't know what the thing is, I didn't expect to have that anywhere near that grip.
We'll get that champagne grip champagne's still in the car.
No, it's good. That's all Right, okay. Where do you even begin with that race? I mean, started 5th, had the best start of my life. Got to second, lost it all again on the end of lap 1 because I dipped the wheel on the curb. Back to 5th, kept pushing, managed to get back into P3, and then just drove literally like the same lap every race. I just tried to like bring it home moment by moment. There was no the gap to the guys ahead was too big, so I knew that there was no point in risking anything. And we got a podium in GB4. Well, unbelievable. I mean, firstly as well, just big thank you to KMR Sport for all year as well, but also just for being amazing this weekend, for rooting me on. Yeah, I couldn't, when I crossed the line, and yeah, I'm still a bit lost for words at the moment, but yeah, this means so bloody much. Oh man, and we've still got 2 more races to go, so I can now go out there and enjoy them to the max and have a great time. Yeah, I'm just so happy. Big thanks to KMR Sport. Thank you very much to Pace Note as well for sponsoring me this weekend. What a great way to kick off the weekend. Race 1, and now we get on to race 2 tomorrow, where we start 4th, and yeah, another crack at it. And it's probably going to be dry tomorrow, so it'll be a bit less scary. So yeah, that means the world. That means everything. I don't even know what to say. I have no idea. Alright, so here we are, Sunday here at Donington. It's actually very sunny now, which is quite nice. The track is drying out more and more. Yeah, still a few damp patches offline because it was super cold. It's super cold even now, but obviously overnight it's not going to dry up if it's super cold. So yeah, still a little damp offline, but the pace is going to be much quicker. So yeah, going to get stuck into race 2 now, and yeah, we start P4 for race 2. So we will yeah, give it a thanks compressor, thank you very much. Yeah, we'll give it a good go. So hopping into the car for race 2 now, where we start P4. It was a lot drier on Sunday. It was a lot sunnier. It was actually still very cold, so the track wasn't fully dry offline, but the conditions were definitely a lot better, and more importantly a lot faster. So yeah, heading to the grid now, and yeah, we had done our research overnight, learned what we could from the race before, and yeah, we want to try and get another good start to put ourselves in as best a position possible to fight for, hopefully, another podium.
Another podium, and do your best.
So give you 3 all ready then, and the way that they line up for this one.
Colin Queen still looking for his first one of the season. Lucas Blakeley looking for another podium after he was so emotional by grabbing 3rd yesterday. Get ready for the penultimate race in the GB4 Championship, partnered by the BRDC, as we go into the first corner. Cooper Webster with a decent launch, Liam McNeely with a terrible one, and once again Lucas Blakeley.
And the penultimate race of the season for GB4 is go. Poor start from Liam McNeely from the outside of the front row of the grid. Means already he's under pressure from Colin Queen to his right.
Straight around the outside of the Fox Motorsports car is a better one though from Colin Queen, who sweeps up into 2nd position. Lucas Blakeley then into 3rd place.
And Lucas Blakeley to his left, but for Cooper Webster, that was the perfect start. He leads the way, and Colin Queen just running up through in 2nd place by losing.
It's 2x2 going into turn 1. It looks like Harry to get ahead of Sid Smith there, but they're all so close in that mid-pack. Amazing from the front, boys. Queen into 2nd place.
Yeah,
Blakeley on the 3rd, and oh, Sid Smith got off after contact with Kulkarni.
Yeah, but he's going to be in that gravel trap, and unless he can keep this one rolling, he's just going to try and get this car moving. He hasn't come to a stop. The safety car
is out.
Yeah.
Wow, what a first lap there. Extremely exciting.
Behind the safety car. Remember, it's an 18-minute race. We've got 13.5 minutes.
Maybe there will be a first win on the cards. Who knows? Cooper Webster, though, with the control, would like to take yet another victory, and do not count out Liam McNeely. He was the
Lucas Blakeley picked up his first podium of the year yesterday, since they're in 3rd place. Only now does the race leader go, so Cooper Webster leaving it very late, but already starting to...
that it's allowed Queen to have the slipstream, and Queen's going to have a go here into turn 1. He shouldn't have left it that late. Queen's decided to tuck in, but here comes McNeely.
Straight down the inside of Blakeley, big move down the inside, and Blakeley will drop back into 4th position. Blakeley might also lose out to Finn Harrison.
Oh, no.
There's drama in the background.
We were trying to break the toe from the car behind on Connie's Queen as they run away down into the break now for the fourth time basket and turning back to the moving lovely move from Liam. He keeps himself out front behind Thomas Lee, unfortunately.
Look at the train of them, everyone just lining up to do a move or defend or try and do something. Again, Ping trying to look to the inside. Safety car, I think it has been deployed now. It has been deployed.
As they head their way down into the final corner, 5 minutes left to go in this race. From this point on, it should actually still be 4 laps of racing around Donington Park in this one, unless we have another safety car intervention.
The chicane.
I think it was Ping on Blakeley.
Hasn't done it, but now he's going to get the run because Blakeley went a bit of a ride there.
Yeah, so Blakeley is the grey and blue KMR Sport car. Zach Ping behind. And now
go
straight down the inside. Big lock
So
up a little bit on the
aggressive.
right. And
But he's done it.
yeah, Lucas Blakeley then straight around the outside and will be able to hang on. 5th place still remaining in hands of the Scotsman.
I don't think it'll be. Oh, that's
Ping.
big. That's big. That's going to be a safety car or a red flag.
Yeah, that is Zach.
He looked
Ping.
okay. He was moving.
Red
Red flag. Red flag.
Yeah, of course that probably would have leaked a little bit onto the road. Like I say, I mean these cars, when it comes to this, it's a car which has been tried and tested a lot in Europe. You can see there, Ping is out of the car, thankfully. That is on the exit of McLean's.
Car is repairable or not, so the way that think about is what the car actually did was designed to happen. North Wales. So
That's going to be Tom Mills. Many congratulations to Tom. He is here this weekend, not racing, but he's pressed for the occasion, which is nice to see. Handshakes for all the top 3. The Chief Executive of MSV, Jonathan Palmer. It goes to Tom Mills, who is this year's GB4 Championship champion, partnered by the BRDC. So well done to him. A nice round of applause, and the check which goes with it as well. It's Mills. 2nd place, Cooper Webster, and 3rd place goes the way of Liam McNeely. Out that trophy, so 2 trophies for the price of 1, which is nice. So a nice congratulations message.
setup. If you run in the Mega Academy class, you can play around with the setup to a much, much larger degree.
Alright, so that is race 2 now done. And yeah, we got off to another really good start actually. We started 4th, got a really good run on the outside heading into turn 1, managed to slot into P3, which was really good. And then we ended up having a safety car at the end of lap 1, which we were under for I think 2 laps. Unfortunately, just on the safety car restart, just the timing of when the leader went and when I was ready, because you're ready. The second you're like sorting yourself out, the leader goes. So yeah, restart didn't work out. I got dive bombed into turn 1, which is fair enough, but ended up, I think because it's still a little bit greasy offline. Liam McNeely, who was the one that went on my inside, just ran a little bit deep, which unfortunately put me offline, and then I lost another position as a result just because everyone's bunched up. So yeah, unfortunately lost 2 positions as we were on a podium spot. But yeah, didn't and then it was just a case of offense defense, because you're trying to push to get the position ahead back. But then I was also under attack. Yeah, but then we had another safety car. and then we ended up finishing under red flag. Thankfully, from what I hear, all drivers involved in the incidents are okay, because there's quite a few various incidents for of 2 safety cars and then the red flag. And yeah, looking forward now to race 3, which is the reverse grid one. I still don't know where I start for this. I can't wait to actually check. But yeah, I'm really fired up, really looking forward to it. Last race of the season for GB4, and most certainly the last race for me this year, unless something miraculous happens. But really looking forward to getting back out in this thing. It's been such an honour to drive with KMR Sport this year. The team's champions in GB4, and yeah, it's such a privilege. Really grateful, and I can't wait. So yeah, let's go for it. So we would be starting P5 for this reverse grid race, which isn't actually where we were going to start, but due to a bunch of grid penalties, I think we started P5 instead of P7, which put us in a very, very good position for this third and final race here at Donington Park. We've been getting good starts in the first and second race, and we had a lot of the faster guys starting a little bit further back than they would have been in relation to me. So I knew going into this race I had probably my best chance at securing another really good result, and I was just focused on getting off the line and getting stuck in.
Behind that on row 3 sees Lucas Blakeley in a ditch called Carney. The last one of 2023, round 21 in the GB4 Championship, partnered by the BRDC. Sid Smith on pole position, and we'll see who is going to win. Clifford alongside, you've got Harry Burgoyne Jr. in there as well. The red lights are on for the last time, and they're off for the last time. 18 minutes onto the clock, and we are underway. Zach Ping's had a bit of a stall in the middle of the pack. Lucas Blakeley once again with an unbelievable start.
Alongside him is Jack Clifford, and it's a brilliant start from further down through the order. Now, whilst that the car on...
He's going to get down the inside in the race down towards the first corner. Jack Clifford's going to hold firm for second position.
Lately, I think they've got a rocket at the start, but he seems to the way. Jack Clifford...
Would be a safety car going to the front of the queue, and it's Kulkarni's trying to put pressure on Harry, but he's holding it, and he's now attacking Clifford. It's where do you look? Yeah. Oh, it's getting really close. Where do you put your front wing? You can't really see it, so you've got to judge it as close as you can.
Look at Lucas Blakeley then straight around the outside of Aditya Kulkarni. That's a big send. Kulkarni's going to push him off the road, but once they rejoin and head up towards Coppice, it'll be Lucas Blakeley potentially taking 4th position, but he has to back out of it. It's going to try the up and under as we head on to the Starkey Straight. Good lead then being taken from Sid Smith. You've got Clifford behind, who's feeling the pressure from Burgoyne Jr. You've got Kulkarni, who's feeling the pressure from literally everyone else. And I think that's the Mercurius who's looking down the inside as we see them come through the chicane.
Here they all come flooding through. Oh, big slide. Well held by Blakeley there. That was really great. And look how they've all just packed up into this bunch now as they've lost momentum.
It was actually Finn Harrison who's dropped
that's
backwards.
from really far back. Harry saw him coming.
Yeah,
there goes McNeely.
McNeely's gone out wide, so... and he's been hit as well as he was trying to rejoin, and that will be McNeely.
Champagne flies down here, and yeah, spray the champion, that's the one, that's the way to do it. So a few stinging eyes now for the time being, but our top 3 celebrate in style for the GT5 top 3 within the Genetic GT Championship. The ones that find
and whether there is going to be a bit of movement down the order. Of course, there is Cooper Webster down the inside as he's working his way through. That was Lucas Blakeley, so Cooper Webster's looking to try and take the 3P here, try and take all 3 race victories in a weekend. Not too many people have done that one. Of course, Tom Mills certainly has. We did see it from Nicholas Taylor last season at Silverstone, and this will be a big one around the outside. Lucas Blakeley's trying to get that one done on Cooper Webster, not able to do so.
Yeah, he didn't make it easy there. Will Blakeley trying something on the inside? No, Jess can't. Here comes Queen round the outside. Is he going to be left the room? Jess, that was very, very fair from Blakeley there. He left him more than enough space on the exit.
Yeah, of course, as we'll see once again. That's
Queen the pair off them.
as he's charging his way back up the order. Queen Still yet to take a victory in the year, and I'm not sure it's going to come in this one, but hey, you never know. Again, if maybe we do require a safety car at some point. These cars, whilst there's a lot of spare parts, whilst they're built to straight into the back of Hotchin, and that will be Hotchin straight down. You can see.
Cooper Webster picks up the lead of the race. Sid Smith down into second place, desperately trying to hang on to it, and then there's contact between Sid Smith and off. And it's
so exciting. It's reminiscent of like the Formula 4 days, and look how close they are coming up. There's no dirty air here. They can get so close in terms of racing. They're pushing each other over.
But you've got to watch out. Blakeley's come back into the mix as well. Has the likes of Harrison trying to work his way back into the mix. Of course, you've got Theo Mercurius in there. Harry Burgoyne Jr. is yet to step onto a GB4 podium. This could be the day that he does so, but he's fighting off one of the most emotional drivers that we've seen, Lucas Blakeley.
Finished third in this championship, having raced in it all year. Theo Mercurius making a good impression on his debut. Certainly.
Number 62 is headed in the right direction, which of course is forward, and that means he can. Fourth place would be a good result for Harry Burgoyne. He's been in for the full season. He's had a fourth place.
Cooper Webster having
Khan is going defensive. He shouldn't need to go defensive now, but that's allowed Harry to come back in. Oh, Blakeley stucking his nose in.
For the Donington decider, Webster on top once again.
And with that, it's all over. A roller coaster of a weekend. We'll just start with race 3. Massive case of shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know, we had another unreal start, but we got just shoved straight onto the grass. Wasn't able to make the moves ahead. Obviously, you know, I'm still massively inexperienced as well. I'm not, you know, the dirty air is something, you know, very significant around all these corners. So learning how to place your car, and then obviously getting overtaken by a few cars as well. Just I think by Cooper and Queen. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. You know what you would want to do different, but yeah, race 3 it hurts because I genuinely think that had I been able to get through like all my other race starts, that we actually could have had a very, very good race result, and I know that what that could have been. So I'm just obviously a bit heartbroken, because I think that, I mean, it sounds crazy, obviously it's only my second race weekend in one of these cars, and I'm sitting here, you know, gutted that, you know, I never won a race really, because in race 3 I genuinely think that had I got through, then, you know, I'd have been able to try and set up a challenge for the win, because I had the other guy starting further behind me, but the minute I got shoved on the grass at the start, that all went away, and then the race became very different. So I'm just gutted, but I'm human. But overall, the weekend has been very, very special. I just want to say a big thanks as well again to KMR Sport. Without them, none of this year was remotely possible. So huge thank you to them. And also thanks to Pace Note, of course, for supporting me this weekend here at Donington. P3, P5 and P5 to round out GB4 Donington. The podium will be what I remember from this weekend, of course. You know, that was very, very special. And yeah, obviously I'm gutted it couldn't have been better, because I genuinely think that through the whole race weekend there's always more that you can do, but you know, I've got to be realistic. I mean, I'm racing people that have done multiple a whole year of racing this year in these cars, if not multiple years of car racing. You know, I'm here. This is my second race weekend in one of these cars. You know, I've got to try and be a bit. You know, I've got to understand these things. But so yeah, that'll be that. It's been very, very special. You know, this might be the last time I ever get to do this. So I really want to remember this for all the good and for the opportunity. Yeah, could be the last time I ever drive one of these cars. You know, to race next year, I would need to find a lot of sponsorship. So yeah, but at least this year, you know, if my racing career stops now, which, you know, you never know, it might, because at the end of the day it comes down to funds, but, you know, I've sacrificed a lot personally to even go racing this year. I mean, people just assume that it's, I think have assumed maybe that it's given to me a bit more on a plate, but it's not. I've given up a lot and put a lot of my own, you know, put your money where your mouth is the saying, isn't it? So I've put a lot into this. So I've just tried to maximise every opportunity I've had this year. But if my career stops now, I think I've at least proved to myself and proved in general that, you know, I had what it took, if that makes sense. Like, you know, I know what I could achieve with more time and what I can achieve right now. Also, I know what, you know, where we can go. But yeah, I guess that's it. So yeah, all that said, thanks to KMR Sport, thanks to Pace Note, thanks to the man behind the camera, Mr. Aiden. Yeah, thanks to everyone that supported me. Thanks to everybody that's came to see me today as well. That's wished me a luck. Everyone that supported me along the whole journey, from start to finish. Thanks to my family, of course, for, you know, always supporting me from when I was, you know, 7, going in a go-kart for the first time and until now as well. Yeah, that's it. We're done. We are done.